Hi, everyone. Thank you for starting off our presentation, Chance. I'll be continuing where he left off, further explaining mathematical models from Module 1, Group 2, Unit 5.2. My name is Casey Walters, and I'm going to go ahead and share my screen with you. I'm going to be further examining practical applications of mathematics in everyday life. First off, I'd like to start off with top 8 places we use math in everyday life. One being telling time. Telling time is extremely important. I think we can all agree that. It can help you catch a train, bus, plane, and even call or order an Uber on time. Good time management allows you to accomplish more in a shorter time period, and which leads to more free time, which lets you take advantage of learning opportunities, lowers your stress, and helps you focus, which leads to more career success. Each benefit of time management improves another aspect of your life. Then we come to working any job. Problem solving, analysis, data handling, and communication skills, to name just a few. These transferable skills are useful in any job, and you can get all of them from studying math or different types of math. Then we've got shopping. Man, some people love it, some people hate it. I can't stand it personally, but I will tell you this. As long as you keep to if you have some type of schedule or way of doing things like a math model, then it makes shopping much easier. There are several types of math used when you buy something. First, you use counting and addition, used in order to tell how much money you have. Percentages and addition are used to calculate the purchase price. Then subtraction is used in order to figure out how much change is due. And Lord knows there's nothing worse than not knowing how to count back change or do the math on that, especially with digital age and everything else. And, registers pretty much taking that away from a lot of people's skill set. Anyway, you also use it in cooking, decorating, driving, critical thinking, and watching the news. I've got an example right here that kind of gives you kind of a chart, or it is a chart, and that discusses different things as far as that the news might cover. A mathematical model is a mathematical presentation of a real-world situation. Generally, mathematical models include a set of input parameters and a process to generate output. It simplifies real-world problems to these basic blocks. Models are used for describing an event, making prediction, analyze and the analysis of data, understanding complex relationships, etc. Mathematical models are used extensively in economics for representing relationships between various quantities such as price, production levels, demand, employment, and investment. I am a social science major, so I definitely am able to utilize these, and not just able to, but I am in need of. And I do. The demand and supply model represents how the economy behaves with the change in demand and supply of goods. It states that with the increase in demand of a good, its price increases. With increase in production, the price decreases. The model can also reveal ways in which the economy is interconnected. In other words, how the change in price in one market affects other markets. It also helps to analyze the equilibrium state of the economy, which is the state at which demand equals supply. Right here, I've got a diagram. This is demand-supply model. On one axis, we have the price. On the other axis, it is representing the quantity. And what you see here is the graphed out. This is just an example. I don't have any figures or anything on it or anything charted out, but this is an example of utilizing a graph, which is a linear equation would be used in order to get to this. And right here, where the demand and supply meet, is actually where you get your equal demand and supply. This is our how-to. Given a real-world problem, model a linear equation to fit it. First off, you're going to have to start off by identifying known quantities, or also known as variables. Next, you'll assign a variable to represent the unknown quantity. 3, if there is more than one unknown quantity, find a way to write the second unknown in terms of the first. Whoops. Write an equation interpreting the words as mathematical operations. And then finally, you'll solve the equation. Be sure the solution can be explained in words, including the units of measure, and always use a graph. Right here, you've got your schedule. This is our list per unit. And then we have our quantity demanded by units. And right here below it, this is the y-axis, which, as we said earlier, it represents the prices. And on the x-axis, this is the quality or quantity demanded per unit. And then it is charted right here based on this, or I mean, it's graphed right here based on this chart. And I want to just go ahead and add a couple of helps and tips for parents as far as when you're discussing these different things, these life sets and skills that are needed. And when they're like, oh my gosh, I don't want to do my homework, here's some different things that might help to bring their attention to how important it is to know these things. And that pretty much wraps it up. We're going to go ahead and move on to Zach, and I just want to thank you for your time. Y'all have a great day.